encourage.
Many qualities for you to dislike.
I'm vengeance.
Yo, 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 what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are finally back in this mother trucking house here doing another draft. What is going on, guys? I know we just took another month off. March was busy and we had a championship draft to handle behind the scenes. And guys, everyone here has won a championship draft, and someone is going to be the champion of the champions, the double champion. I don't know what else goes from there, but we've got a bunch of wonderful people, and yes, we've got that weird fucking tune or whatever. But yeah, so guys, we are doing the best movies of all time draft. That means any movie, it just got to be 40 minutes or up. No short films, none of that, and no Christian. No. We are not doing Taylor Swift's.
Taylor Swift, T
Yeah,
Swizzle, all too well. It's a masterpiece.
Taylor Swivel.
T Swizzle.
You can't pick that. T Swizzle, you can't pick that. I'm sorry, my man. But Christian, why don't you introduce yourself? How you doing, my man? How you feeling? Do you feel like you can win this?
I'm feeling great,
Because I don't think you can.
I mean, we'll see, but I just want to thank you guys so much for having me back on. It's been a while since I've even witnessed someone else winning a championship draft here. So yeah, I'm just here to have fun and talk some movies.
Okay, and what's your first pick?
Oh my god! All right. My bad. Hold on.
No, you've won the draft.
Whoa. Let me get my sound effects ready here.
Man.
This is the first pick of the first draft. And we have
I love it.
on here.
Stop. Okay.
Well, I'm going to choose
wisely, Christian.
Choose wisely, you say. I'm going to choose Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, baby.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bow to
okay.
no one.
No one's shocked there, but I feel like the first 2 to 3 rounds aren't going to be a shock for literally anyone here. But Deepmeister, Deebalicious, Deebish, what's going on, beautiful? What's going on, sexy? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just rocking with my dog Coney here, ready to take out some fools in this championship draft. I'm ready to go. No, I'm just honored to be amongst awesome content creators. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that being said, I'm going to go off the cusp here. I'm going to go with the movie I watched today, and it's so freaking good. There's no action. It's just great acting, great script, a movie that I've watched 1,000 times, and it's always great. And that is The Shawshank Redemption is my number 2.
I had a feeling you were going to pick that one.
Damn, Dean,
I had a
did
feeling
not
for
think
that.
you were picking that one first, but and of course we've got the chilliest of them all, Chili Boy Productions, also known as Larry. How you doing? I know you've had a bit of a stressful introduction. Your shit hasn't been working properly. Why don't you tell us how you feel? How do you feel, Larry?
Annoyed, but we're here. We're good, living life, trying to make the best of being a boomer in the technological age when your laptop decides to not cooperate. It's a great time. But now, hopefully, I can do some work here with my little handy notebook. So Can y'all hear me all right, by the way?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're all
Let's
good.
get back to being a boomer. Hello? Are you there? Hello? Okay. So, for my first pick, I hate to do, actually, I don't really hate it that much, but I hate to do Ryan O'Toole since there's 3 Ryans in here. We have to resort to last names. I hate to do Ryan O'Toole like this back to back, but I am going with The Empire Strikes Back
Nice.
as
Oh,
my
Ryan's
first
putting a
pick
hole
of the
through the
draft.
wall right now.
I mean, that was a given. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If someone's not going to take them in the first 3 picks,
okay, Larry, you have done the work that many have not done yet. I mean, that's only been 2 people before you, but that doesn't really mean much. But you know what does mean much is this movie to my childhood, and Spielberg is absolutely the fucking man. Deebs stopped real quick, man. I hope you know what I'm picking right here. I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park. This is actually one of my favorite films of all time. And now Ryan's losing his mind. Someone's gone. We have lost someone already. That's probably the fastest because of.
oh no,
these
Larry.
picks. It's fine. At least he picked though.
Yeah,
At
he'll
least-
be back.
No, yeah. But you know what? He fucked up the list for me. And you know what? We've got Ryan number 2 here. What is going on, Ryan Cam?
What's going on, I know how to speak tonight. What's going on, everybody? I want to thank everyone so much for having me on. I'm always grateful and humbled to be a part of one of these. I've done great in the movie trivia battles. However, the draft is the one thing that I have not done so well at. I made it to 1 semis and then never again. So this is my dragon to slay. I'm going in like Prince Philip in Sleeping Beauty. I'm just going to slay that dragon. With that in mind, I'm going straight for the juggler on my first round pick. I'm going with something that Larry already mentioned, but I'm going with the first one, Episode 4, Star Wars from.
Oh no. The
1977.
first one's Phantom Menace. Oh, this shit.
Don't start. No.
And
Star Wars
if,
New Hope.
if anyone chooses Blade, it's Morbius by accident. Just remember that. But and as always, we've got Hannah. What is going on, Hannah?
Hi. How's everyone tonight?
We're doing good.
Doing good.
All right. Okay. I think I know what I'm gonna make my first pick. I was gonna change it, but no. Okay. One of my favorite animated films of all time, The Lion King.
Oh man.
I knew that was gonna
Why?
go.
Come on.
Oh my.
Damn.
All right. First
Damn.
animation is off the board.
This should be a competition on who's going to break something first. I think we can all agree on that. And of course, last but not least, Ryan number 3, Ryan O'Toole himself. Ryan, can you use the tool in your last name to fix this situation that has happened with people taking a lot of your favorite picks?
I can't fix it, Ryan. But what's going on, everybody? Ryan O'Toole here. I'm happy to be finally in the championship draft. I'm super excited to be here amongst some other great champions here. All right. Damn. Empire's gone. Shawshank's gone. Jurassic Park is gone. Literally like my first 2 picks I was considering are gone now. So my first pick, this draft is called the greatest movies of all time. I'm going to go with a classic film in cinema. Here's looking at you, kid. I'm going Casablanca, 1940.
Oh, Loretto.
Wow. We're going old. Okay, Ryan.
Ryan
I
number
see.
3, I admire
This-
your.
Very nice, very nice.
This-
Very
this one is
nice.
good.
Very nice.
Very nice. King of the castle.
Very
King of the
nice.
castle. And as always, we've got the wonderful Mrs. Crockpot. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, everybody. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on again. For my first pick tonight, I'm going to have to go with a Steven Spielberg movie, Schindler's List.
Ooh, great pick.
I feel like Steven Spielberg is going to be a big name you here tonight, folks. I'll keep it at that. And of course, we've got another winner. Rachel reviews. How is it going?
Hey. So I am not picking my favorite, the movies I think are the best movies ever made. I'm picking the ones I think will get a lot of votes. So I'm picking The Dark Knight.
Nice.
I'm shocked it fell this low, to be honest.
Me too.
Okay.
Smile on that face.
And guys, remember, we get 6 picks here, and we're doing snake style draft. So that means, Matt, what is going on? You get the next 2 picks. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's so great to be back on. It feels like a lifetime ago since I've done the draft. And since March, it was very busy. So I'm happy to be back on. And a lot of those picks got taken, some of the greatest. And it sucks for me that I'm the last person, but who cares? So I'm going to go with a pick that came out not that long ago. And it's a film that we never thought we would get a movie like this in a million years. I'm going to go with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Nice.
Okay, and then the second pick, I'm probably gonna go with The Batman. Vengeance.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I'm a little
Someone's going
shocked that the
recency
Batman went
bias.
this early.
All right, so that starts round 2, right?
Yeah, we are in round 2, Christian. But oh my god, bro, that was such a bad fucking laugh. But you know what? Rachel, please take something that Matt has in his list.
Well, next I will go with one of my actual favorite movies. We are going to go with Beauty and the Beast, 1991.
Rachel,
Original.
what is wrong with you?
I guess Larry is feeling a little cold over there today. But you know what? That doesn't matter. Oh my god, I can't speak today. Don't mind me. But you know what? Mrs. Crockpot, you've got second pick. Please take someone's. Ruin their day.
All
I
right.
promote hatred here.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. I'm gonna have to go with The Truman Show.
That's a good one.
And just
I
in
can't
case
tell
I
if
don't see you, good
Larry is
afternoon, good
hurt.
evening, and good night.
Ah, bless Jim Carrey. What a great speech. But Ryan, you look a little hurt, my man. I wish I could fix something. I wish I could fix your heart. Tell me, how do you feel right now? I know you're looking a little stressed, but
How do you think I
believe in this
feel?
next
Like
pick.
my almost all my top 5 are gone. But
Ryan,
anyway,
I believe in this.
What did you
This is all you. This is all you.
Like,
You might be Ryan
anyway.
number 3, but this next pick is all you. Remember that.
Well, thank you. So my next pick here. So I went with an absolute classic film in cinema that everybody loves. Now I'm gonna go with one of my personal favorite films of all time, like Rachel went with. Ryan, you picked Jurassic Park. Now I'm gonna go with what I think Spielberg's like most iconic, beloved blockbuster film is. Back in 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a pick right there.
That's a
That is
good one.
pick. And as usual, the wonderful Hannah, what is your second pick?
All right, this is my favorite movie of all time, but also I think one of the best movies of all time, Prisoners.
Oh God.
Oh,
Good movie.
Straight with the best Denis Villeneuve movie. Straight with it.
I
I
was scared
appreciate
she was
the
going to say
reference.
something real messy, so I'll accept Prisoners, Hannah.
You know my favorite movie of all time.
I know, but that top 5 is littered with mess, y'all.
I don't-
like, ooh,
I don't talk about it. I don't
she
talk
could have
about it.
pulled any old thing out the bag, y'all. It could have been a mess.
My next pick is It Chapter 2, guys.
Oh, dear God. But you know what? Ryan Cam, how are you feeling right now with this second pick?
I'm feeling pretty solid with my second pick. I'm going back to the Spielberg. well.
Wait, are you sure? Are you sure this is a good pick? I want you to be confident in it.
Oh, I'm 100%.
Are you sure?
I'm third generation confident.
Are you
in
seventh generation sure?
I'm 10th generation.
Well, goddamn. Okay, go ahead.
It's the movie that invented the blockbuster, Jaws.
Ooh, Deebs, that was the one I thought you were choosing first, low-key.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
the literal word blockbuster was coined because of Jaws, because so many
Man.
people lined up in front of movie theaters that they busted concrete blocks. Blockbuster. The more you know.
And I've been waiting for my turn to say this to Matt Wyatt down the bottom right corner. Fuck you for taking Spider-Man No Way Home. Just want to say that right there.
I had to
And the Batman, like that hurt.
It's not just a call.
But you know what? In retaliation, I'm coming back with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for my second pick.
Thumb drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking amazing
done.
film. Christian, here, got you guys some water. Got you some towels in the back to rinse your face off because you might be crying a little too hard over there.
I mean, I'm good. I mean, I got options.
Are you sure about that? I'm
I'm-
hoping, Larry, can you take some of those options away?
I don't know, but I have to tell y'all, we're back to boomer land here. I'm gonna need somebody else to put my pick in the chat because the last time I exited, because on this phone I'm over here trying to do things and I exited the chat.
I got
trying
you.
to
There is a
talk
very
in the
important
chat.
person.
So, Lord, help a damn senior citizen out on this stream tonight, please. Okay, so I'm gonna go with classic. I have to admit, I have to try not to just like totally replicate some of these best picture groups that happen. Y'all should have voted for my best picture. I loved my best picture group, so I'm like, let me just not recreate that though. But we're going with another best picture. We're going with an iconic film that I hope will do quite well amongst the Twitterverse, and I'm going to pick The Godfather as my number 2.
I was wondering when that was gonna go.
Which one? The first one?
The first one.
The first one.
Damn. That's a bit of a chilly pick. Deebs, I know your heart aches a little bit with that Jaws pick. And man, I can't say I relate because Jaws is it's not
Stop
there, my man, but I know it means a lot to you. But I'm really hoping you can choose another movie right now that means so much to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a movie that's hands down probably in my top 10. It is the best Lord of the Rings film. It is The Fellowship of the Ring.
No,
That's
I'm
my-
just kidding. I love Fellowship. I love Fellowship.
Yep.
Now, Christian, you've got 2 picks right here, and I want you to choose wisely.
All right. My second pick is going to be Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas.
Nice.
And
All right, we're going with the Scorsese picks now.
Far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
a gangster. Exactly. For my third pick, before this gets swiped up, honestly, the best movie of the 2010s, The Social Network.
Ooh, okay.
You can
see
have
you.
it.
Larry.
Great pick, Christian. Really
Speaking of
great pick,
unpopular
man.
opinions.
Larry's already throwing the shade, but
I'm not coming back for the 10%. I'm coming
Debalicious,
back.
why don't you tell us what your next pick is?
I love the way this draft is going, by the way. I'm very confident right now. Happy to make this my 3rd round pick. I can't believe it fell. Just a monumental film. I'm going The Matrix is my next selection.
Oh,
Someone get Candace Cinema out of here. I've watched Goodfellas 1,000 times.
Oh man,
You haven't
the
seen Goodfellas,
Matrix.
just get outta
Okay.
here.
I'll let you have that one, Deebs. I'll let you have that one. But Shady Boy Larry, how are you doing?
You know, I'm alive. What's Manda doing in the chat? Isn't she a winner? Isn't she supposed to be up here somewhere?
No, she's a loser. In fact,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay. Well, some things never change. I suppose.
That depends on who you ask, though.
Your winner, my heart, Amanda.
Well, okay. So for my next pick, I'm gonna go with the heart and with a classic and another Best Picture nominee, and I'm gonna go with The Exorcist as my 3rd round pick.
Wow, Larry's going horror movie there.
I mean, I won the Halloween draft. Like, I have to go dark. I need to get some horror in my draft picks, right?
I love it. I love it. God, shit. Well, kudos to you. But you know what? I'm gonna go with one of my favorite Best Picture winners of all time, and that's Parasite. I absolutely fucking adore the film.
Fall, man.
I've got the Criterion
Great
collection.
movie.
I've watched it on 4K. It's fucking amazing. What's not to love about it? Ryan Cam, what about you, my man?
So for my third pick, I'm gonna be taking a bit of a turn towards the great director Robert Zemeckis and his epic from 1985, Back to the Future.
Oh, damn it. 1.21 gigawatts. 1.21 gigawatts.
What about you, Handa? What are your third picks?
I'm gonna go with my favorite sports movie of all time, and also one of the biggest Best Picture snubs ever, Creed.
Ooh.
I can't say I disagree with that, to be honest. I just can't. Creed's fucking great, and Creed 3 is gonna be fucking awesome. We already know that.
Can't wait. Jonathan Majors, I love you.
Bless him. That's all we gotta say in this house. But Ryan O'Toole, you're looking a little stressed, man. You could use a little massage. I don't know. But how are you feeling about this next pick?
I think I feel good about this next pick. So
Are you sure?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna go animated right here for my third pick. I'm gonna
close.
go with one of the most beloved animated movies of all time, directed by Brad Bird, starring Vin Diesel as a big
Wow.
giant that says Superman. I'm going the Iron Giant.
Oh, I thought he was gonna go something else. Never mind.
Yeah, we all thought that too.
Low key on the inside, but we all don't want to admit it. But it doesn't matter. Nicole, how are you feeling about this next pick? Tell me, how do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty positive on this one. All right, I'm gonna have to go with a James Wan film here. I'm gonna go with The Conjuring.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh,
That's a real good
we
one.
went. Damn, I'm kind of liking all these horror picks. You guys are kind of inspiring me a little bit. But Rachel, how are you doing with this third pick? How are you feeling for it?
Yeah, I'm debating about a lot of different ones, but I think I'm gonna have one classic on my list, and I'm gonna go with Singing in the Rain.
Nice.
Who doesn't love a good old singing in the rain?
I'm
I'm not
That's
gonna
all.
ruin it for anybody.
That is
though.
also on my watch list.
Make 'em love.
Well,
make
Matt, there's a
Good.
reason it needs to be off your watch list. It needs to be on your fucking watched.
I know.
But while you're at it, you should just give us
always
your
dignity.
next, third, and fourth pick.
Okay, well, The Matrix and Back to the Future been taken, you bastards. Anyway, my number 3 pick, if we're gonna go for I'm gonna go for the Scorsese movie and the Best Picture winner, The Departed. And the fourth pick would be the third Star Wars movie, would be like the greatest finale in the history of cinema, is Return of the Jedi.
I am a Jedi.
That's a weird
Like
way to
my
start
father
Revenge of the
before
Sith.
me.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys think I'm joking?
Okay, Rachel, how are you feeling on this fourth pick?
Ooh, my turn again. All right, I am going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a pretty good fucking
Volume
movie,
1.
I gotta say so. Of course, that's the best one. That's top tier MCU. Mrs. Crockpot, what are you cooking up for us right now with this fourth pick?
All right, so I'm gonna have to go with a Christmas film here, and this is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. I'm gonna have to go with It's a Wonderful Life.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Makes you feel so warm inside sometimes. Ryan O'Toole, how are you feeling, my man?
I don't know what to go with for this next pick here. You know what? I gotta have a comic book movie under my belt right here. This is top 3, still top 3 MCU movies right here. Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Hey, and it's 8-year anniversary today, I believe.
Yes,
Yesterday.
it is.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Or
Yesterday,
yesterday,
I'm
yeah.
sorry,
April 4th,
Absolutely.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
I
yeah,
just
Russo brothers.
Can't believe it. That movie's been out for 8 years. God, I feel like time
I
hasn't passed.
got the
Yeah, bro.
feeling that I'm really old all of a sudden.
MCU's on year 14. Put that in perspective.
That's true.
That's all I'm gonna say. But Hannah, how are you feeling about this 4th pick?
Good. Surprised nobody has taken it so far. It's my favorite Best Picture winner of all time, Moonlight.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a great film. Great pick. Great pick.
Good movie. Great movie.
Now, Ryan, I don't want you to look so stressed when you make this pick. I want you to chill a little bit. How are you feeling, my man? I want you to relax.
I'm feeling good. Feeling
Good.
really good.
Good.
I'm going to take a dive into the sci-fi route for this one. It's one of my favorite genres. I've given some love to Robert Zemeckis. Now I think it's time to give a little love to Ridley Scott. I'm going Alien.
Ooh, I love the alien love and appreciation.
Alien.
And I'll only say this now, but this is probably gonna be my last comic book film on here. But other than Spider-Man: No Way Home, this is the best MCU film, and that's Avengers: Infinity War.
Nice. That's a really good pick.
You finally got it.
Hooray! Oh, sorry. Wrong one.
Bro, I'm just gonna snap all your picks out of fucking existence. That's all I'm gonna say. It already wasn't obvious enough. But Chili Boy Larry, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. So yeah, I'm trying to keep a nice diverse list rolling, and obviously I'm wearing a shirt full of Disney princesses, so I have to get animation on here. And since people thought it was cute to take my top 2 picks and The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast and do that to me, I'm gonna go with the most. I'll say, arguably, the most beloved Pixar film, and I will go with Toy Story as my 4th pick.
Nice.
Best Toy Story.
Okay. Well, now we're starting touching the Toy Story era. Well, we'll see where that goes. Deeps, how are you feeling about this 4th pick? You looking a little nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know. You are. Why don't you tell me how you feel? I'm here for you. I'm your emotional support. I'm literally. Have you ever seen Midsummer at the very end when they're all just huffing with her?
No,
that's me with you, Deeps. That's me with you.
Yeah, this is my first 3 picks were pretty much no brainers. Now I'm like kind of scrambling. I don't know where to go, which way to go, all that kind of stuff. I'm looking at my list. Do I want diversity, or do I just keep going with pound for pound what I think is the best of the best? That's the question. I'm going to go with a movie that is my personal favorite animated movie. I'm pretty sure this won me the animated draft, and that is The Incredibles. The Incredibles.
Ooh, that's a good one, bro.
Good one.
I like that a lot.
This is just
Where's
looking
my
at some
super
of the
soup?
picks and reviewing all of them. This is gonna be an interesting poll season, to say the least. Christian, how are you feeling about these next 2 picks, though?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually surprised this
good.
one fell this low. I also need a superhero movie on my list, and I'm gonna go with Spider-Man 2.
Nice, dude.
I'm kind of shocked that it fell this
Nice.
low.
I'm very shocked that it fell. Everyone's talking about
Yeah, I'm
Spider-Man
shocked.
No Way Home, the Spider-Verse. I was like, where's Spider-Man 2? It's amazing.
Come on, Spider-Man 2.
And for my next pick, I'm also surprised this fell this low, but I'm gonna go with Pulp Fiction.
Nice.
Sweet.
L'Oreal with
Yeah,
cheese.
show that Tarantino love, baby. Let's get it.
Path of the righteousness.
Christian's
Deep
got
Maestro.
the
You
number
know,
on his
my
side.
name is the Lord.
Hey, Deep Meister, what is your next pick?
I need a second.
No, yeah, I see that. It's all good. Take that second. Take deep breaths too. Use the calm app. Breathe your way through the stress. Breathe your way through the answers.
I'm going to go with a movie that I think I'm going to go for balance. I'm going to go for a movie that I know everybody loves.
Are you
Which I'm
sure?
pretty sure.
Are you pretty sure? I don't.
Pretty sure.
Are you sure you really want to pick that? I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but are you sure? you
Yeah.
wanna pick-
I'm going to go a little off the wall here, and I'm gonna go Step Brothers. It's my next selection.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay, you went balls to the wall with that pick, and I
Touch my
fucking
drum
love
set.
it. I love it. How do you feel,
then.
Larry? Because you seem to think that was very funny. Why do you think that was very funny?
Well, no, I feel like my house about to blow in. This wind out here in
No,
Denver
right?
today is
I literally
kicking.
asked them if they heard the wind. I felt it through the window, low key.
It is nuts. But okay, I keeping on with the different genres and such. I need a comic book film on my list, clearly. And I'm gonna steer clear of the MCU. Endgame was real close to being the one I picked, but I feel like I have kind of a somber thing going a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Logan as my round 5 pick.
I thought you were gonna pick Wonder Woman. I was
That
about to-
was a steal.
I mean, you know, if it were up to me, it might have been Wonder Woman, but I'm gonna go Logan as my round 5.
That was nice. That was
Logan.
my backup. If someone said
Logan was a
Spider-Man, too.
Yeah.
Logan
that-
is a steal.
Logan's
Yeah.
such a great film, but you know what? I think I gotta go back to my roots a little bit. I love the horror love that you guys showed a little bit earlier, and I gotta show some love to Scott Derrickson with Sinister. Fucking love that film. One of the scariest horror films of all time, even to this day, for a film made in 2012. Fucking love it. Let's keep on going. Ryan Cam, how are you feeling about this next pick? Remember, this pick matters. It's not your last pick, but this pick matters.
Oh, every pick matters.
No. This one matters more. I'm literally boosting the
Facts.
odds.
Oh, this one matters more.
Yeah,
Oh,
this one matters more. If it's a bad pick, you're probably gonna lose. I'm sorry.
well, I think for my previous 4, I feel like Jethro Tull have been living in the past. So now it's time to do something a little modern, specifically 2014. Damien Chazelle's masterpiece, Whiplash.
That's a good one. It's a real good one.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
A little bit of both.
Calculated to
A little bit of
TV
both,
with it.
baby. A little bit of both. Now, Hannah, I know you just said that Wonder Woman. You were gonna slap Larry Colden and curl up a little bit. How do you feel with this next pick right now?
Good. I'm not gonna go the comic book route. I'm gonna go a little bit of a different route and do a Harry Potter movie, the best Harry Potter movie, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, I see.
I'm watching that tomorrow.
I know Christian's a little hype as fuck about that pick right there.
It was on my list.
I
but
know I
wasn't
did. I
sure.
knew.
What was
It's
the
gonna be a
pick?
sleeper.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of
my favorite
Azkaban.
one.
Prisoner of
It's
Azkaban.
top fucking tier.
It's so good.
Ryan, I know you've been going through a bit of an emotional, distressful moment right now. How are you feeling, and what's your next pick, my man?
I'm gonna go back to classic here. Has The Godfather 2 been picked yet?
No.
No.
Nope.
I'm gonna go Godfather 2 then.
Yeah,
Who's gonna pick Godfather 3? That's the next question. Bless you, Sophia Coppola, but not bless that movie. But that's besides the point. Mrs. Crockpot, how are you feeling? I want to know because you've been having some amazing picks. What is your next one?
All right, so I'm gonna have to go with another comic book movie here, and I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman.
nice.
There it is. There it is, baby. Wonder Woman has
We
been
love to
taken.
hear it. We love to hear it.
And then not
Larry,
comment.
Larry's here for the tea. Larry's here for the drama. We love it. Rachel, how are you feeling about this next pick? You're coming up on your second to last pick right here.
I know. Well, I think that I'm going to go with, in my opinion, the greatest comedy ever made, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But you know what I love just as much as that movie? Matt's last 2 picks. Remember, Matt, these are your last 2, bro. If you fuck this up, you might not win. I'm trying to
Okay.
ingrain that. I'm trying to make you nervous. I'm trying to play mind games on you.
Yeah, you're doing
Maybe
a very
me
good job,
telling you,
bro.
maybe me telling you that I'm playing mind games is the mind game. Who knows? But make your next 2 picks, please.
Yeah, my last two picks for my fifth pick would be the last comic book movie on my list would be Avengers Endgame, and
There it is, baby.
and then I'm gonna add one animation onto my list, and it will be Toy Story 3.
Bless your soul for Toy Story. Love it. Now, Rachel, I know I just asked you how you felt about that second and last pick, but now you're on your last pick. I know that came really fast,
Yeah.
and you're probably sweating a little bit. I don't blame you, but how are you feeling about this last
Pretty good. So my last pick is another comedy action, I guess, classic. It's The Princess Bride.
Nice.
pick? The Princess Bride. Love that classic, though. Wow. We are down to our last picks for these last 8 contestants. I can't do math. Pardon me. I failed algebra once. Don't judge me.
Once? I'm kidding.
Okay, fine, Christian. Twice. Holy shit. You know what,
What?
Nicole? Can you please change the subject?
Yes, I can. I'm gonna have to go with a Robin Williams classic here, and I'm gonna have to go with Aladdin for an animated movie. The original Aladdin.
Man, Robin Williams slapping us in the face with those classic films left and right. Ryan. I know you've been through a bit of an emotional hike through this picking of series of films, but you're down to your last one, and I gotta know what it is.
Okay, so my last pick here. This is really interesting right here. All right, I'm gonna go with a comedy. Literally one of my favorite comedies of all time, directed by the Coen brothers. Jeff Bridges as the dude. I'm going The Big Lebowski.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
You're Mr.
Oh,
Lebowski.
dude.
I'm the dude.
Fuck up, honey.
And Hannah, how are you feeling about this last pick right here?
Really good. I'm gonna keep the comedy ball rolling, and I'm gonna choose my favorite of all time, and that's 21 Jump Street.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, you love to see. You love to see it. And Ryan, Ryan number 2. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm as solid as a rock right now.
Are you sure? You look a little squishy on your forehead right now.
Oh, that's just my head. That's just how it always is.
Well, give me your last pick then.
Okay. So I chose Whiplash last time around, and that was in 2014. So I'm jumping a year to 2015. I'm hitting the Fury Road with Immortan Joe and Max Rockatansky, Mad Max Fury Road.
What a day. What a lovely day.
What a lovely day.
Mediocre.
My name
Damn
is
it.
Max.
Ryan,
Well,
Ryan, what was your last pick? Previous pick?
Sinister.
Ooh.
Oh, me?
Oh, sorry, bad notes. My bad.
So I've been encouraged to choose a comedy, and I'm going to go with one of my favorite comedies of all time, and that's Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Larry, I know you've been having some technical problems right here. I just want to let you know that I'm here for you. I know you're making that face, but it's fine. I'm your emotional support. Let's breathe through. What's your last pick? You can do this. I don't know what he's trying to do with those facial expressions. Okay.
I don't know.
well,
My phone is acting weird.
No, yeah, that's obvious. It's all good. It seems
Can
like
you hear me?
technology at your house doesn't work.
Yeah, we can hear
No. Oh my lord. See, this damn screen now. My phone wants to act like my damn laptop. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, man.
But okay. Oh god, there's so many good movies left in this final round. That's what makes it difficult on these last rounds. It's like the field is still wide open. So I'm really like contemplating. I was like, 2001: A Space Odyssey, maybe, or I really want to go film this round. So I was like, people love that Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's actually why I made that face earlier with Mrs. Crackpot. I thought she was going to take that early.
Please don't.
But But you know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't get a little bit of the community in my list. So that brought it back to like Brokeback Mountain, or do I go comedy like y'all and give it some Birdcage, which I adore? But ultimately, I'm gonna go a little bit newer and not a comedy, but one that film Twitter absolutely adores, as do I. It was my favorite film the year it came out, and I'm going to pick Portrait of a Lady on Fire as my 6th pick of this draft.
There we go, baby. Bring it home for us, Larry. And Deebs, we're down to you for your final pick. How are you feeling?
Good. Happy to make this my last pick here. I've gone kind of light here over the last couple of rounds. I'm going to flip the switch here and go grit and grime and one of the best atmospheric films of all time by the great David Fincher, and that is Seven. It's my last pick.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
And Christian, bring us home with your final pick.
Coco.
That's mad anticlimactic, man.
What? It's the best Pixar movie. Excuse me.
If you say so.
Let's back up. Definitely not, but
Toy Story would like a chat.
And that's what I call an anticlimactic ending for this here championship draft. But you guys know what? We'll be back in about 5 minutes after a short little break. All of us got to go refill on our drinks, fluids, or, go make a little tinkle or something. So join us for the after game show where we break down each individual list and give each other grades and stuff. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Welcome back to the Suit Up Geek Fix podcast. We are here. We just had the championship round of the best films of all time. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and follow everyone here tonight because these creators are awesome. So this is the best part of the night, guys, where we're going to go through each team. We're going to talk some smack. We're going to grade these teams. And, you know, there were some troubling picks on my end. I don't really agree with some stuff, so we're going to get into that. So first up, we have Team Christian. Christian, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the roast?
No, not really.
You should be.
I regret my last pick, and I had something else in the bag, and I should have chosen it, but it's good.
That's what always happens. We just make poor choices, you especially. But I'm gonna just share my. I'm gonna share my screen. Perfect. Everyone see it? We're good to go here. All right. So Team Christian, you did Lord of the Rings: Return of the King first overall, which I told you that was kind of like iffy, but you did what you had to do.
Hold on.
I mean, we had this conversation like 2 days ago. It's fine. Then you went with Goodfellas, The Social Network, Spider-Man 2, and then Pulp Fiction and Coco as your last pick. But how did you think you did, man? And then just give us a grade for your team.
Honestly, I think my team is pretty solid. Like I said, for my last pick, I was going back and forth between a few things. I think would have rounded it out better would have been Hunger Games: Catching Fire. But it is what it is, you know.
Hunger Games film.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, it's probably one of the best cliffhangers that we've had in a very, very long time.
Yeah, easily.
But either way,
Infinity War, 100%.
I can't. I'm sorry. There's like 1,000 people talking right now. I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said like Infinity War level cliffhanger. That's what I said, but it's not the same thing. But continue.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, overall, I would say I would give mine like a solid B+. Overall, I mean, I think I made some pretty good picks here overall. I wanted to get into animation. That's why I kind of went for Coco for my last one, since Hannah stole Lion King from me, but that's fine.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it.
Not really.
Of course, Lo will give you a 10. Of course.
Thanks, Lo. Thank you.
Spider-Man 2 alone.
He's
and
playing
Return
the
of
nice
King.
card. He's just playing the nice
I mean,
card.
Spider-Man 2 is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's called. There's a reason why it's
I would have
called
taken her
Spider-Man
to No
2.
Way Home. I mean,
So
not No Way Home, Far
Christian-
From Home, Amanda.
I just don't
I
love
know,
the
I
Social
know.
Network.
Same. I
Same.
fully agree with that.
My
Anyone
biggest
else have
fan
any
critic
hot
out there.
takes? Hot takes for Christian's team. Let's go. Anyone else?
Here's the thing,
fix
Christian. Don't listen to Amanda. She doesn't know what she's talking about because your
I-
list is such a banger. It slaps,
Amen.
especially with the Return of the King and Spider-Man 2. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
The
that's
Lord of the
good.
Rings have won so many Academy Awards. It was the first time they have won so many awards for the fantasy genre. Spider-Man 2 is definitely the top tier Spider-Man movies of all time, and it's an incredible story. I loved the seeing the struggle with Peter Parker, with living a life and with being a superhero. It was very well done. Alfred Molina is arguably the best Doc Ock, Spidey villain of the whole of the franchise.
my
Pulp
God,
Fiction,
that is
oh my God. I mean, I love Pulp Fiction. It's definitely a top tier Quentin Tarantino movie. Coco, oh my dude, I don't know anybody who would not like Coco. It was an emotional
It's
film.
really
It's definitely a
good.
top tier Pixar movie. It's a 10 out of 10. It is. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta say something.
It is.
You don't roast the host of the post game show. That's one strike.
Well,
for
you got roasted. Burn.
Hannah had a comment about Pulp Fiction that I would love to hear because I think I agree with her. So go ahead, girl.
I don't even think it's top 3 Tarantino. So that's why I'm like,
I agree.
Yeah. I agree.
You see, like I was thinking Django Unchained, but I know a lot of people, you know, that makes a lot of people a little bit uneasy. So, but yeah,
fair.
Django's
also
my
don't
favorite, but
think
I
Django is
love Pulp
top 3
Fiction, bro.
Tarantino.
Once
Django's
upon a
my
time-
and
in
everybody
Hollywood,
hates
baby.
Hateful Eight besides me. So,
Don't
I
worry,
mean-
they're jealous because they didn't get Pulp Fiction. They're just jealous, bro.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is amazing.
It's a
You got the
classic.
film bros on your side for sure with Pulp
Yeah.
Fiction.
Oh, from Twitter?
I guess so. I don't know.
Christian, just so you know, man, I love every movie on your list, bro.
Thank you very
Oh,
much,
look at that.
Ryan.
You got
I
some
appreciate
love. Well, Christian, your team, I think, is going to do extremely well on Twitter. So kudos to you, man.
Thank you.
first up is always a pain in the butt, and you were struggling, so I'm happy for you.
I was.
You were struggling.
It was very hard. I do not want to go first ever
It's
again. for any
hard.
of-
I know. So now we're gonna move on to Team Dives. Mr. Crockpot, you have The Shawshank Redemption, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, The Matrix, The Incredibles, Step Brothers, and Seven. It's a good mix, man. What was your thought process going through for your team, and what grade are you gonna give yourself?
That was it. I think I've accomplished some diversity here. Shawshank. Well, I think top to bottom, a lot of people love these movies. I think this is a team that's going to do really well on Twitter. But Shawshank is extremely lovable. Fellowship of the Ring just speaks to me. I love that film to death. I watch it on the regular. The Matrix, Keanu. Everyone loves Keanu. I can't speak for the sequels, but the first one is freaking awesome. The Incredibles is my kind of like animation comic book movie, hybrid. The Incredibles is personally one of my favorite animated movies. And to get that in the fourth round is really happy about that one. Step Brothers, I went out of left field. This movie won me the comedy draft, and I took this first overall, and it had a really good reception. I know there's a lot of, Will Ferrell is kind of divisive, but I think it's definitely more positives than negatives. And then same for Seven. It's my favorite David Fincher film. Seven is a movie, Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey. It's just an incredible film. So I give this a solid 9. I'm really happy about this. I think this list speaks to me incredibly, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, I think you did a really great job, and 7 in the 6th round was a steal. So that's really good.
It totally was.
Yeah.
Are there any hot takes for Mr. Dives?
Dude, I mean, Dives,
I just hate that
this is another banger
Shawshank
for this
Redemption for
list.
me.
I mean, The Shawshank
Oh,
Redemption
Ryan.
is definitely a cult classic. I mean, it's a movie that I should have watched years ago, and I love the hell out of it. A great performance by Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. The Fellowship of the Ring was an incredible start of this trilogy. It was an incredible pacing, story, all that. I watched that countless times growing up. And I saw it in the theater being blown away. The Matrix was definitely the greatest action sci-fi movies ever made. I mean, it won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, had an incredible fight choreography in the history of cinema. Keanu Reeves became one of the iconic characters, the character Neo, that we fell in love with. The Incredibles is my favorite Pixar movie. I mean, this is easily
so
the best Fantastic Four film. and it's not just aimed for kids. This is aimed for adults as well. I mean, you're seeing the adults who have superheroes are going through real life issues. Step Brothers is another cult following as a comedy, R-rated comedy with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I mean, I thought their dynamic was just golden. It's the most quotable movie that I quote many times on occasion.
It's the Catalina wine mixer. Sorry.
It's a fucking Carolina wine mixer.
Fun fact, I bought my best friend that t-shirt. So
Oh, you did?
it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. Go get it.
I mean, I'm still waiting for it in the mail, but I haven't got it yet.
and also Seven. It's an incredible film, and it's a dark, gritty crime mystery suspense film. The third act finale was one of the most bonkers, ballsy thing we've ever seen in the history of cinema. I couldn't believe that they went in that direction. It didn't have a happy ending. It faced a lot of downer and consequences. Performance, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, golden. This is a 10 out of 10.
Damn, 10 out of 10. I have a question for Ryan O'Toole. When were you going to pick The Shawshank Redemption? Just curious.
So Shawshank was in either first round or second round. I knew it was going to go first or second round. It's an absolutely beloved film, but Larry took my first pick. But anyway, you got a great list, Steve. Shawshank, you're going to get a lot of votes. Fellowship of the Ring. There's people that say Fellowship is better than Return of the King. So you're going to get votes there.
It is my personal favorite, yeah.
Yeah, Matrix is great. Incredibles. Step Brothers, I'm not sure I would pick that in the greatest movies of all time draft, but it's a great comedy. Seven, absolute steal in the 6th round, Dives. Great team, man.
Nice. Any other grades for Dives? Any other why would you pick that type of vibe? No, I'm gonna keep on moving then to Team Chili Boy.
Let's go.
Everyone's hearts. with The Empire Strikes Back. I can't talk. The Empire Strikes Back first overall in his team. The Godfather, well done. The Exorcist, Toy Story, Logan, and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I can't believe you chose that, but I know. I was like, oh my god, 6th round. I'm like, is it gonna be Call Me by Your
That's
Name?
for the critics.
But I was just so happy with that. I really love your team, Larry. I think you're gonna kill it. Again, you always like have a variety, which I love. So I just want to know your thought process, Larry.
Well-
Really great yourself.
Well, I'm back on the laptop very late in the game.
Yay!
Lord have mercy. Had to leave and come back one final time before we got to this point. So, we're here. Yeah, my mind was all over the place trying to think and concentrate on a damn team while I was trying to keep my life together behind the scenes over here. But I knew I wanted Empire in round 1. I'm pretty happy because I got 2 out of my top 4 probably favorite films of all time. If you check my letterbox, 2 out of these 6 films are on there as my top 4. Rachel decided to go ahead and snatch one of the other 4, and as much as I love it, I have to I'm always scared to go with Call Me by Your Name. Like, I'm just too scared. Twitter will eat me alive, so I can't. I can't risk it. But I knew my 6th pick I was kind of reserving for. Well, I guess I didn't know if I was going to go, balls to the wall crazy like I kind of did. Or, classic, like I said, like 2001 Space Odyssey or something like that. I just knew it had to be like a film in that 6th spot. But Portrait has a very passionate army on Twitter. If I can get them to see the poll, maybe I can get the votes. But I think I have enough passionate films above it with Empire, with The Godfather, with Toy Story, with Logan, that hopefully it can help my team out. And yes, I had to have a horror, so I was going to pick the classic and my favorite, The Exorcist. So it just is what it is. So I love my team. I'm interested to see how it does. I'm not all that confident, but I love it.
I think you'll do well. What would you give it out of 10?
I mean, if I'm grading on my own personal scale, I'm giving this like a 9.5 or a 10.
Just give it a 10, Larry. What's a 9.5? Come on. Just give it a 10.
No. I do not want to hear from Hannah, though, please and thank you.
Time to do it, Hannah.
We don't need any of her hot takes on my final pick, okay? Like, we don't need any of that portrait negativity tonight.
Okay, I didn't say anything bad about the movie. It's just not my favorite. Like, sorry.
That's saying something bad about it, Hannah. I just want you to know.
Yeah, I mean, this is team like iconic. Empire, Godfather, Exorcist, Toy Story. Those top 4 picks are so iconic. I think voting.
5, bro.
Yeah, and Logan. I mean, Logan is for me a top 5 comic book movie. So I've never seen Portrait of a Lady on Fire, but I think your top 5 are just so good. I give this a 9.5.
Get Hulu up right after the stream dives. Go ahead. It's on Hulu.
It is pretty good. Yeah. I actually own the Criterion Blu-ray.
Any
stuff.
hot takes for Larry besides Hannah? Who's
Yeah,
not
Larry,
here?
your list is definitely your list is definitely
I
great. I mean, you got The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, you took that from me because that was my number 1 pick.
You took
But
it from
whatever,
me.
It is what it. You took Godfather. I've only seen the
Bring
film
your legs
once,
back
but it's
out.
definitely arguably one of the classic gangster films ever made. I mean, I want to see it again and watch it on the 4K quality. The Exorcist, definitely one of the greatest horror films. Toy Story, childhood, like god tier of Pixar films. Logan was such an emotional driven film, and it was a great wrap up to Hugh Jackman's character Wolverine. The last scene, the very end of the film broke me, and I cried so many times. So I have not seen Portrait of the Lady on Fire. That's one of the movies I have not seen.
All right, that's your next
Yeah,
homework
so
assignment. You watched Conan, now you got to watch Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
You know what? I actually only watched Logan once because I
Aw.
cried so hard at that ending.
I've
I
only
have
seen
it.
it twice.
I own it. Don't boo me. I'm emotional. I do not watch movies that make me cry unless I need to cry. Okay, so like that.
Yeah,
was
this
We
movie
see each
should.
other,
I
Amanda.
mean,
I've
I'm not
only
gonna
watched
lie.
it
This
twice because I can't.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hannah.
Yeah, for me, Logan should have gotten a nomination for Best Picture because it was well
I
deserved in
agree.
my opinion. They got
I
robbed.
agree.
I mean, this is Hugh
And
Jackman's
Blade
best
Runner.
performance, and even Patrick Stewart, like he gave it all for that role. I'm like, oh my god, that's something that we
That's
have not seen
true.
before, and they
Yeah.
did a phenomenal job. I loved every bit of
That's
it.
true.
So I'm going to give this list a 9 out of 10, just because I have
Ooh,
not seen
see?
Portrait of a
And
Lady
Daphne
on Fire.
9.5,
Yeah, Larry.
10s. Look at Larry go every single draft. He just hits it every time. I love it.
That's how you shake the precious thing, Rachel. Just profess your love for Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Do it.
You know, come on out. I know you enjoyed it. So you
I
gotta
do.
become
I
one of the
really
champions.
enjoyed Portrait of a Lady.
And it's like peace out, bye. I love this so
I
much
have-
right now.
I have not seen Logan, believe it or not, but it is
yeah,
my
that's right.
blind spot
Yeah.
pick this month. So
That's
that
okay,
will be
Rachel.
corrected
You'll love it.
this month. So
Very
anyway,
nice, very
that's
nice.
exciting.
Very good.
Love it, love
But
it.
no, I think it's a good list. The
You haven't seen
Exorcist isn't
two of
for
mine.
me,
Yeah, I was like, you
But,
haven't seen two of my picks, Rachel.
but I like Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and of course, Empire Strikes Back, and The Godfather's well made. So Toy
Yeah, bro,
Story,
you-
legend.
Yeah, Larry knows. Larry took my favorite movie of all time, Empire Strikes Back. First
I did
overall.
feel
I
a
knew it
little
was
bit
gonna
bad.
be-
After Shawshank
Yeah,
went
I
right
knew-
before me and I picked Empire, I knew Ryan was going through it. So
Yeah,
That is true, yeah.
seventh
I love
pick,
that you
knew it
guys
wasn't
stole
getting
from
it.
each other.
Godfather, you got that second round. That's an
I
all-around
love
classic.
that.
Exorcist is a beloved horror film. Toy Story, my favorite Pixar movie. This list is gonna do great, Larry. You're gonna do great.
It's gonna do really well. So high praise for Chili Boy as per usual. Now we're gonna go to Team Batnips. So Ryan.
Spider-Man.
Well, this is like from the OG stuff. So Batnip stays no matter what he changes it to on Twitter, unfortunately. So he went with he went with Jurassic Park, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Parasite, Avengers Infinity War, Sinister, and then Pineapple Express. I personally thought that you were going to pick Silence of the Lambs instead of Sinister because I think that would have been better for you, but that was just me. I was in shock when you picked Sinister, even though it is your fave. But it's a solid list. But Rye, how do you feel about your picks, and what would you grade yourself?
I think this is baller as shit, to be honest. Jurassic Park, fire as fuck. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, one of the best animated films of all time. Parasite, one of the best picture winners of all time. Avengers Infinity War is like fucking even with No Way Home as like favorite MCU film. So I was mad that Matt took No Way Home for me because that's like the best film of all time. No one tell me otherwise. Sorry. But Infinity War, second choice. And I got to go with my horror roots. I love horror and I love seeing Larry choose The Exorcist. Gave me some passion to move with this one. And then I wanted to go more into the comedy route with the Pineapple Express. And I love Seth Rogen half to death. I think he's one of the funniest men on this planet.
Facts. What would you grade yourself, Rye?
Like 20 out of 10.
As per usual. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Any hot takes for Ryan? Team? Anybody?
Are all these movies?
Yes.
Like most of these
Wait,
movies
wait,
are
wait,
from
wait.
2010s?
No.
No?
Not Jurassic
What?
Park.
All right, most
yeah.
of them from 2010s, except for Jurassic Park.
And Pineapple Express was 2008.
But they're all
Or seven.
solid movies.
I still think Hannah probably has a younger list than this. So
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan,
Hannah has
three,
the
what's
baby
happening? Hannah has the baby list.
well, she is the
And
baby here anyway. So
Yeah.
I was
that
gonna
makes
say.
the child.
It's okay, Hannah. We love you.
Larry, I can't.
Anyone have hot takes? Wanna
No,
grade
because it's the
Ryan?
best
You-
list.
Dude, you
I mean,
got
I
a
would
great
say
list.
for Pineapple Express is pretty cool. I mean, it's one of
Yeah.
my favorites, but I don't know if I would have put it as like a best
movies of all time.
There are other comedies out there. I mean, no one shows Superbad, and I was very, very shocked about that.
Same. Damn.
Why does Christian say this stuff like he wasn't as part of the draft?
Like he didn't have 6 choices. Like someone
hey, you guys got the roast me, so I get to roast everybody else. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, Ryan. Let's see them guns. You're over here in your little shirtless sleeves. What's going on up here?
Oh god, I think this list will do well for Ryan.
So I think we all agreed to 20 out of 10. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. We'll do 20 out of 10 just for you because you're special tonight. We're gonna go to Team Ryan Cam next. He has Star Wars: A New Hope in first, Jaws, which he stole from Dives, Back to the Future, Alien Whiplash. I could have paused there. Alien Whiplash, Mad Max.
She said Alien Whiplash. What movie is that?
I don't know. I came up with it now. Mashup, beautiful. So Ryan Cam, how would you grade your team, and how do you feel about the picks that you made?
I'm going. I am incredibly biased. I'm going full 10 on 10 on this one. I created this team as the perfect marriage of head and heart. I measured it with my head because these movies are going to give me a lot of votes online, and my heart, meaning if I were to rank some of the best movies ever made, these 6 would happily be on the list, at least somewhere on there. One point of strategy. I was afraid that someone was going to get A New Hope before me. I was saying to myself, you know, it would be awesome if I got A New Hope out of the gate. It's not going to happen, but that would be awesome. And then when no one said it, I was like, I'm taking it. And so I did. And so I'm feeling very confident and very strong about my chances.
I got a hot take.
Ooh, he didn't even grade his team yet, but come in swinging.
Coming in clutch.
Go ahead.
Oh, I get to go. Oh, so,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you said you have Ryan.
Let's hear it. I want to give Ryan a compliment here because your first pick pretty much describes what I hope this team would have been. A New Hope. But sadly, it isn't that. Damn. I just want to say you chose the second best Alien movie. Aliens is better. You chose the second best Damien Chazelle movie. La La Land.
No.
Get out of here.
Flash is not here.
That was a sneak.
Jaws is overrated.
Get out of
here. Oh, okay. What did you just say? What did you just say, bro?
I thought I was going to say Jaws.
You did not just say that.
Ryan took it from
Jaws
me.
is not overrated.
Someone kick him out. Kick him out, bro.
No opinionitis. He gets
So
it.
someone had to liven the party up in here.
He gets it.
He's like, there's too many compliments being thrown around.
Gabe's on my wavelength right now.
Well, Gabe's opinions aren't always that great either, so it doesn't mean that much.
Better than yours?
No!
Dude, sick burn.
You can't say that when I have Infinity War on my list, bro.
I'm sorry. I had to do
I know.
We're gonna reel this back in. I love the roast. But for me,
nice.
I'm gonna say this. Out of all the movies on your list, I feel like Whiplash is low-key out of place for some reason. It's a great film and I love it, but it feels like out of place for the films on your list. But I still love it. It feels like an odd choice in the 5th round. That's all I'm saying. But you're gonna kill it on Twitter for sure.
Ryan Cam has a very sci-fi based list here, which is awesome. Coming from the king of the sci-fi draft, thank you. But I think it's really nice list. A New Hope isn't my favorite, but I can
because The Force Awakens is.
I mean, it's better, so
we're not gonna have that conversation again.
You know what, Christian? We're gonna have a long talk about that one, bro. We're gonna have a long conversation. You're not gonna have a long talk.
I also chose A New Hope for another reason, because in the Best Picture draft that I got knocked out of the first round in by Lowe, he had it on his list.
Yeah,
so
it is a great pick. It really is. People are gonna love it. It's just not my favorite.
technically.
This will be my dad's favorite list of the night.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of chance, dude. I mean, you got an incredible list. I mean, A New Hope. It just really started ushering a new era of how films were made, for marketing, everything. It was an incredible film, and it's just something I grew up on and watching it over and over again. It was an incredible story. George Lucas really knocked it out of the park. I mean, if it weren't for this film, I don't know where blockbuster movies would be now today if it weren't for the first Star Wars film. And Jaws was the start of the blockbuster, and Spielberg crushed it, and it was just an intense, like, shark films. And they tried making a lot of shark like horror films like this, and it didn't succeed. And Jaws will always stand the test of time to be the best. And Back to the Future, this is a one film that you cannot reboot or remake. I mean, it's just a film that will continue. It will never happen, because if they were to do that, it would be a huge riot. You're going to see a lot of shitstorm coming. It's such an incredible, well-paced. It's the best time travel film ever made. I mean, at the time when Universal was around, it was around at the time, and I got a chance to ride on the DeLorean. I mean, it was just an iconic vehicle. And an iconic score. I mean, Robert Zemeckis crushed it, and especially with the score, Alan Silvestri, it's so iconic. Alien, I love Alien, don't get me wrong. It's definitely arguably one of the greatest sci-fi horror classics, but for me, Aliens is my favorite. And Whiplash, love that fucking movie so much. I mean, it's my favorite Damien Chazelle film. It's incredibly well-paced. It's very raw, intense, and then full of adrenaline rush. And J.K. Simmons stole the spotlight and it won him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Mad Max Fury Road, it is an incredible action flick, don't get me wrong, and incredible visuals and well choreographed. I just don't think the story and the characters were well that developed, and it's not something that I would put on my list as one of the greatest films of all time, but it's still an entertaining film, and it's definitely rewatchable. So I'm going to give this thing a 9 out of 10.
Damn, but we're gonna go circle back to Ryan Cam, because you, sir, did not grade your team. So how would you grade your team to end this off?
I believe I did. I said 10 on 10.
Oh, you did say 10 and 10. I got numbers coming all over the place.
Amanda, your hosting privileges are revoked. Please get
No, I didn't hear. Everyone's okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on. 10 out of 10 for sure.
You think Jaws is overrated? You are revoked.
I just have to say, Ryan, A New Hope made it that far because everyone was gunning for the best Star Wars. And that's the
all I gotta say.
Big fact.
Larry's gonna end Ryan Ken's list with shade.
Larry,
which is perfect.
I have my eyes on Empire.
So we are going to move on to Hannah's list. Little one. She went with The Lion King, Prisoners, Creed, Moonlight, Prisoner of Azkaban, and 21 Jump Street. Girl, this is going to kill on Twitter. You know the Twitterverse. I'm so proud of you. It's a great list. I love the mix. I really do. But grade your team and let me know your thought process.
All these are my top 25 of all time, so I'm very happy with it. I was nervous going into the comic book movie draft because I had Captain Marvel and Birds of Prey, but then I ended up winning. So I'm a little nervous about this, but hopefully, it goes far. I love all these movies, so I'm very happy. I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Yes, 10 out of 10, girl. I love this for you. I think Moonlight I think Moonlight was like a great pick in the 4th round. It's such a perfect film. I loved it so much. And Prisoners is like the best Villeneuve film, so top notch right there. Yeah. So any hot takes for Hannah? Anybody? Ooh.
I mean, the Simps are going to vote for her, so she could have put Little Mess on the screen. And
you have The Lion King, which is the greatest animated film ever made. Like that slaps. Prisoners, great. Creed, great. Prisoner of Azkaban, easily my favorite Harry Potter film. 21 Jump Street. Oh my God. I mean, that film was so fucking hilarious. Phil Lord and Chris Miller crushed it on directing the film. The dynamic between Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, it worked. And it's the first time that Channing Tatum has actually gotten better at his acting, especially in a comedy, buddy cop film.
And now he's in The Lost City.
Yeah, he killed it in The Lost City.
Which I still need to check that out. I still need to watch it, but it's definitely an 8.5.
Gabriel, go to bed.
Such a hater. Wow.
No, I'm not hating.
No,
Gabriel, go to bed, okay? It's nap time for you.
I mean, she took Lion King and Prisoner of Azkaban from me, but it's fine.
Yeah.
How are you gonna call it a bad list if I have two of your
No,
picks?
no. I'm not saying no. It is a good list. It is a good list.
So Hannah,
Poor Christian.
speaking of the winner of the summer blockbuster draft, I had Lion King and Prisoner of Azkaban on my team. So you have great picks there. Prisoners, all around great Villeneuve film. I love that film. Creed, I just thought that movie was such a surprise when I saw that in theaters. Like the 7th Rocky movie, but it really wasn't a Rocky-centric film. Just a great movie. Moonlight, such a great film. And 21 Jump Street, just such a funny comedy all around. It's going to get the Twitter vote. So I give this a 9.5.
Ooh, look at that. Hannah, you're getting a lot of love tonight. How you feeling?
I love it here. This is better reception than I got to my comic book list. So,
well, we love you. So this is a great list, and you're gonna do well. We're gonna go to Ryan O'Toole's list, and I feel like he has such a good mix here. So you have an oldie with Casablanca. Lowe's probably going to vote for this list for sure. Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Iron Giant, my favorite MCU movie ever, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, the better movie in the Godfather trilogy, The Godfather Part 2, and The Big Lebowski. Ryan, how you feeling about your team, and what would you grade it?
I feel really good about this team, Amanda. Going into this, I wanted Empire Strikes Back. I knew I wasn't going to get it, but then Larry picked it. I wanted Shawshank Redemption 2. That gets picked. Then Ryan picks my favorite Spielberg film, Jurassic Park. So I had to go with an all-around classic with Casablanca. That was my other 4th choice for my first overall pick. Happy I picked it. It's like an all-around beloved classic. I think it's the oldest film picked in this draft by far, and it's still held the test of time. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I went with it. It's my second favorite Spielberg film. I love the start to the Indiana Jones franchise. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones, one of the greatest, like the greatest movie hero of all time, in my opinion. And Brad Bird's The Iron Giant, which I like more than The Incredibles. It's my favorite Brad Bird film. I've always loved that film. So great. And Winter Soldier, top 3 MCU movies for me. I heard Guardians was picked. I'm like, I got to go Winter Soldier now because that movie has still stood the test of time in the MCU. And The Godfather 2 was a huge steal, in my opinion, in the 5th round. I love The Godfather 2. I prefer Godfather 1, but Godfather 2 is excellent. And The Big Lebowski, it went for one of my personal favorite comedies of all time. I love Jeff Bridges as the dude, one of the best comedic performances of all time.
So funny.
So yeah, I love this team, and I would give it a 10 out of 10 as well.
As you should. As you should. The only left field pick was probably The Iron Giant. I thought you were going to go with The Incredibles at that moment, but fair, you love it. Totally fine. I don't know how this is going to do on Twitter, but I wish you luck, my friend. Are there any hot takes only for Ryan O'Toole's team right now?
Dude, you got an incredible wrist, Ryan. You really do. I mean, the only one film I have not seen on the list was Casablanca, and so my watch list. I know there's one of the classic films I still need to check out. And Raiders of the Lost Ark was such an incredible start of this whole franchise of Indiana Jones, and Harrison Ford became one of the iconic characters. And Spielberg and George Lucas really crushed it, making it fun and adventure film. Iron Giant, I really adored that film. Brad Bird did an incredible job with the film. I mean, I still prefer The Incredibles for me personally. The Winter Soldier was just the film that really just changed up the game in the MCU by changing up the tone and the genre and make it more of a espionage political thriller. And the Russo brothers just really knocked it out of the park. Great action. It made me Captain America became my favorite character of the MCU at the time. And The Godfather Part 2, it's a great film. I mean, a lot of people would say that the Part 2 is their favorite out of the 3. And you had Robert De Niro playing Marlon Brando's character, and you're seeing the flashes of flash forward and then the flashbacks and able to balance it out. And it was a very long film, but I thought they did a great job with the film. The Big Lebowski is definitely a cult following for a dark comedy. I loved it. Jeff Bridges just owned that role. It's definitely a rewatchability, and I probably would get this thing a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 from Matt. Anybody else with takes? Larry, you're tilting your head, fam. What is it?
No, I'm just wondering, as I love all of the films here, I'm just wondering if Casablanca, as as classic as it is, was it a great first round choice? Is it flashy enough as that like top choice? It'll be interesting to see. It's a great film. I hope people have seen it, but that's my only intrigue here.
Yeah, same. I don't know how this is gonna do, but like these are all like classics. So kudos to you, Ryan, considering people stole your shit. We're gonna move on to the next team. We're gonna go to Team Nicole. Girl, are you ready? You took Schindler's List, The Truman Show, The Conjuring, The Wonderful Life, Wonder Woman, and Aladdin. This is a nice mix. I want to know why you chose these films and the way you grade them.
All right, so I really love Schindler's List. It's one of the best ones ever. I just really like watching it a lot. Truman Show is one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, and so I had to pick that one. And The Conjuring, I still go back to the first time we watched this movie in the theater, and it just scared me so much that it's one of my favorite horror movies. And It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite like classic movie and Christmas movie. And Wonder Woman I just loved. That's one of my favorite comic books. And then Aladdin, I had to do a Robin Williams here, and this is one of my favorite Robin Williams movies.
I love this list. I mean, you can't go wrong. There's some like heavy hitters, some classics, some great, like The Conjuring is one of my favorite horror films. It's so good. And you have a female-led film, which is awesome. So I really like your team, Nicole. I do. Any hot takes for Nicole's team?
Not you, Hannah.
We
don't want to hear from you, Hannah.
No, there's no hot takes. You got it. Those lists. This
Nicole,
list slaps.
you have so much love. I
You
hope
have
it does
so
well
many
on Twitter.
great films. I mean, Schindler's
hope it
List
works
just
out.
it was such an emotional and to watch the Schindler's List. I mean, it's focusing on the Holocaust, and you got Liam Neeson and Ben Kingsley and Ralph Fiennes. I mean, it was just something different that Spielberg has not done before by making it this more of a controversy during the Holocaust, during World War II. The Truman Show was so good, and it's just about Jim Carrey's character living in his life in the television and finding out that his whole life is in a television, and it's just insane. The Conjuring, yeah, it's definitely one of James Wan's best work as a horror film. It's a Wonderful Life is so emotional, wonderful film. I mean, it's just a message that you should not question about your existence. You should just still be happy of what you have right now and what lives that you may have affected, and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, even though you're going through a rough patch, but you still can get through it and still focus on the positive things. And Wonder Woman was just a big, huge surprise for me. I loved it. Patty Jenkins crushed him in directing the film. And Aladdin is definitely a classic. It's definitely one of the classic Disney animated film. Robin Williams just stole the spotlight. I mean, all right, I mean, I love his performance. I mean, you're never gonna do better than what Robin Williams did for Aladdin as the genie. This is a 10.
It's
This
true.
is a masterpiece.
Damn. Nicole, did you hear that? 10 out of 10. It's perfect. I think you're gonna do well on Twitter, love. I think you're gonna kill it. You're gonna do the DC gang with Wonder Woman. I think they're gonna find you and they're gonna vote. So
I'm really surprised nobody picked Inception. I thought about it, but I already had one Nolan, and I thought for sure someone would pick that.
I mean, if I was in the
sure what I was
championship
gonna do.
draft, I would have picked Inception. But we can't have nice.
I
things.
thought about picking Inception. I thought about it.
Well,
It burned to me. I had it on my best picture nominees list, and I lost. So I got bitter.
Damn. Well, Nicole, you're gonna do
I got
well.
there.
Wish you luck. And now we have Team Rachel. Yeah. So we have we have
Wait,
the
two
Dark
people
Knight.
picked Lion
number
King?
one.
No, I didn't. I Beauty and the Beast. That's a misprint.
Lion King 2019.
Which no.
No.
What was your?
It's
why
Beauty
is
and the
that
Beast.
there?
No,
That's
just put
what it
2000
was.
No, put 2019 next
No.
to it. Rachel
I
loves that
put it up in
movie
my
so
head.
much.
Larry
Just
No,
put
no, no.
2019 next.
I'm never gonna say it again.
There was no
Race.
typo. I don't know what you're talking about. There was
Trying to
no
get
typo.
Rachel out of the race.
I'm sorry.
He's-
We have The Dark Knight, Beauty and the Beast, Singing in the Rain, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and The Princess Bride. I love this team. There's such a great variety. You have The Princess Bride. Everyone loves The Princess Bride. And Beauty and the Beast is like my favorite Disney film of all time. And then you have two very, very good comic book films. I haven't seen Monty Python yet, but I will. But I really like your team, Rachel. I think you'll do really, really well. But please let me know your thought process and what you would grade your team.
So I was trying to pick ones that I thought would get a lot of votes. I feel like Singing in the Rain is maybe my riskiest pick, but I feel like you got to have one classic on your list, and it's one that almost everybody has seen. I feel like Singing in the Rain, and so I feel like it's a solid pick. I was debating, should I do Endgame or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, but I feel like there's enough people who are like Endgame's overrated, so I think so that's why I went with Guardians of the Galaxy. Princess Bride, super funny. Monty Python, it's like one of the most quoted movies ever made. I mean, especially my brother and his friends. I mean, I love it. It's one of my favorite comedies, but it's very popular comedy. So that would be a good one. And The Dark Knight is like almost everyone's favorite movie, so figured better go with it.
Damn right.
100%. So any hot takes for Team
And Beauty and the
Rachel?
Beast is so good.
Lion King's
It's so
better.
good.
Oh my god. Anyway, I think Rachel has a fantastic.
I love The Lion King, but it had already been picked, I think.
Yeah.
But Rachel, what would you grade your team?
I'm gonna be nice to myself and give me a 10. I think I have a great list. I feel very good about it.
I would give you a 10 out of 10 too. Even though I didn't watch Monty Python yet, I would give you a 10 out of 10. But
you should.
Any hot takes? Don't worry about what I say.
My score would have been higher if I had seen Singing in the Rain and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I still gotta watch it.
I'm so surprised a lot of you have not.
What would you grade it?
But the Princess Bride, incredible. And Amanda and I, we did a watch party together for the Princess Bride. I mean, it was. I still love that film. It was a great fantasy, romantic satire film. It's definitely a classic for Beauty and the Beast. It's definitely arguably one of the all-time classics. The Dark Knight, most people would say that's their favorite Batman movie, which I get it. I don't blame them because it isn't a masterpiece of a film. But I think for me, it didn't feel like a Batman-centric story because Heath Ledger's Joker pretty much stole the spotlight.
That's always a problem with Batman movies.
The
villains
Thank you.
The villains get more of the spotlight.
Unless you're Robert Pattinson.
And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 was just a banger, especially with James Gunn directing, because he was coming off of the heels with Slither and Super. I mean, he was an indie filmmaker, and he was able to crush it on this big blockbuster hit, and it was so fun. You have an incredible soundtrack. You love every single one of these characters, and you wanted to continue on. So this is probably like I'm going to give this thing an 8.5 out of 10.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a little scared for Rachel with Singing in the Rain, just a little bit. Maybe you should share that Tom Holland clip from the lip sync. Help you out for the Singing in the Rain.
And I don't know. I almost went with Wizard of Oz, but that would have.
I think more people have seen Wizard of Oz. And I guess I'm as shocked as Rachel a little bit. I'm shocked to hear how many people haven't seen Monty Python.
I'm sorry.
2 on your list is a little bit scary. Hannah, how many have you seen? 3 or 4?
I've seen all of them.
What?
Wait, Hannah watched something I didn't. Damn.
I do my homework.
Whoa. Amanda, girl, please.
I don't know. I mean,
but anyway.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I had literally quoted to me my whole life by my older brother. And so the fact that when I actually saw it, I still thought it was hilarious and liked it, I think says something. It's so quotable and so funny. And I don't know. It's just, I think, the best comedy ever made.
I think you have a solid list, Rachel. I think you're going to do extremely well.
Yeah.
But high praise from everyone, which is great. So we're going to move on to our last team of the night.
Recency bias.
Ooh, damn, shots fired. I didn't even read the list, fam. My God. Okay, so
you just looked at my 2 posters.
You just looked at my most recent on Letterboxd.
Spider-Man: No Way Home, The Batman, The Departed, which is my favorite Scorsese film, so respect. You took Return of the Jedi, Avengers Endgame, Toy Story 3. My dude, listen, there's no variety on this list. I mean, like, that's the only issue with this list for me is the best films of all time. I'm happy that you love every single one, but The Departed is like obviously the one that stands out here for me out of all of these. But what was your thought process, man? And what would you grade your team?
Yeah, the Batman and No Way Home is something I had to put it on my list because I know it's going to get a lot of the votes, and I fucking love two of these movies so fucking much. I mean, The Batman is my favorite Batman film after seeing it 3 times in the theater. Robert Pattinson like crushed it on his own version of this iteration. It was a great retelling of the story of the Batman, and it kept the focus on him, and it was a great detective noir film. Matt Reeves was coming off the heels of the Planet of the Apes movie, Cloverfield, and I thought he was the perfect choice to direct this whole rebooted tale of the character. The Riddler, he really stole the spotlight. He played the serial killer. This is like taking inspirations from the David Fincher's Seven and Zodiac, and it's taking an inspirations of the couple of comic book storyline with the Long Halloween in Batman Year One. I thought the whole cast was incredible. I loved every minute of it. And Spider-Man: No Way Home, it was a film, my most anticipated film of last year, and it definitely lived up to the expectations because you have an incredible story. You had Toby Andrew showing up together. That's something that we never thought we've ever seen in the million years, and we did. It was a great culmination to the 3 legacy characters, and especially the villains, and it's a culmination to all the Spidey films. And we really got around to seeing Tom Holland being the faithful Spider-Man that we know and love, and seeing, and it's a little bit more deeper, especially this one scene in the film when all 3 of them come together and they talk about their experience of loss from their loved ones, with Andrew losing Gwen, Toby losing Uncle Ben, and then seeing Tom losing Aunt May. It was such an emotional scene. It was a film that music turned off, it was quiet, and we listened, and it delivered. It wasn't a mindless fan service. They built a story around it, and it definitely lived up to it. I loved it. This is the most rewatchable film.
I have a question, because like The Departed is this like the sore thumb here, so I just want to know why you chose that one. The other ones are understandable, but like I just want to know why you chose The Departed.
Well, I picked it because I wanted to pick on my list that it's a Best Picture winner, and also a Scorsese, because it's my favorite Scorsese film. I mean, it's an incredible crime mystery film. And you got these 2 characters who are on 2 sides of the coin, with Leo and Matt Damon, which he's the mole for the cop, and then Leo is the mole for the Irish mob. And I thought it worked so well. And the ending was something I never expected. It was like
so
you really thought that this one direction was
favorites,
going one thing, and then they pulled a 180 on you. And it was like, wow. I mean, at the time when it came out, I bet people were not so thrilled with it. But then as time goes on, it actually worked. It was bonkers. Return of the Jedi.
What would you grade your team? What would you grade your team as a whole, Matt?
Before I grade my team, Return of the Jedi was such an incredible finale for the original trilogy. I know some people did not like the Ewoks, but for me, I fucking love the Ewoks. They're not just some cuddly cute bear in the woods. They're fucking savages, and they ate the Empire. They fucking eat people. And I thought that the conflict with him and Emperor Palpatine was great. Seeing Luke and Vader duking it out, and we get to the redemption arc for Darth Vader. It was an emotional, and you got the space battles, which is one of the greatest space battles in the history of cinema. I mean, George was slapped. He really did a great job of wrapping it up to the finale. Avengers Endgame, another incredible top-tier MCU film. The Russo brothers did a great job of wrapping up with the OG Avengers characters, and it was full of tearjerker. Toy Story 3, easily the best one. And a lot of people would agree that this is the best Toy Story film ever made. So I'm going to give this thing a 10 out of 10, baby.
Damn. High praise, high praise. Any hot takes for Matt's team, guys?
I don't think this team's winning.
I think he has a really good team, like for Twitter. I mean, there is a lot of like, heavy hitter blockbuster movies on here. With half of its team being like superheroes, I think it's gonna do well. But just as Amanda said earlier, there's not much of a variety, but like, I totally get it. I don't know about Return of the Jedi all that much, but yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, like the third act is really what saves the movie, especially for me. But overall, like I think it's a good like Twitter like fan vote best cheer moment type thing.
Yeah,
Cheer
best
moment crap.
Sex
I
Snyder's
feel
Justice
that.
League.
I feel that.
No one chose
And-
that. No one to open up Pandora's box and go with the Snyder Call. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I
Hey,
wouldn't
hey.
pick a movie that just came out last month or
I
a film that
agree.
just came out 2 months ago with the
Yeah.
Batman and I'm not hating. I love No Way Home. I love the Batman, but not in a greatest movies of all time draft.
Not as the number
But-
one pick.
Yeah,
I will say,
it's,
I mean,
yeah.
the Batman, I did a vote for like best film score themes of all time, and the Batman made it to like my final 8 in the Twitter and Instagram voting.
Damn.
Oh, that's right. It did.
Just
I
love
remember
that.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it beat
The
the
Batman is
Godfather
real.
theme. It beat all of the themes. So, maybe
Didn't
maybe
it
the
beat
Batman
Harry
will
Potter? I
carry.
can't remember.
I don't
Best
know.
comic book movie of all time, exactly.
Oh,
You see how Hannah does?
we need to have another draft, it looks like. But that was our last team. Thank you guys all for being here. This post-game show was a lot of fun. The draft was a lot of fun. It's our first championship, so we're gonna have a second season, maybe, bigger and better with all these tournaments, and welcome you all back for sure. But we are gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna go and do our little plugs here. So Matt, if you want to go first, where can everyone find you?
Well, this was a lot of fun. So if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter just at MattWyatt651. You can go to the link tree in the bio, where I have other social media platforms, which is Instagram and Letterboxd, where I do my movie reviews. So this has been a blast. I had a lot of fun. I love it.
Awesome. And Rachel, where can we find you, my dear?
Yeah, you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check it out. And also, you can find me at Hallmarkies Podcast, where we talk all things holiday and rom-com. It's super fun.
Yes, all the rom-coms all the time, and I love it so much. Ryan Cam, where can we find you?
You all can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at RyanCam20. And there's, of course, my YouTube channel, which is just called Ryan Cam. I am so grateful to be a part of these tournaments and these trivia games. I'm just so happy that y'all keep inviting me back. So I'm up for it anytime.
Yeah, it's always a good time, And Ryan O'Toole, where can we find you?
Thank you guys, as always, for having me back for yet another draft. Thank you for moving the draft to April. I literally just moved into my new apartment last month, so I thank you guys for doing that. Always love doing these drafts with you guys. You can find me on Ryan O'Toole on YouTube, on Twitter, Ryan O'Toole MR, Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Ryan O'Toole MR, or Ryan O'Toole Movies. Always talk about the newest movies, do ranking videos, and all that stuff. Thank you guys for having me on once again. It's always a blast.
Yes, it's always a blast. And Christian, where can we find you? Do I have to give it?
Wow. So you can find me over at Film Optics. That is Optics with an X. We run a podcast where we cover comic book movies, blockbusters, indie films, everything in between for critics and non-critics. So yeah, you can follow us over there. And thank you guys again for having me on for another draft. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Go follow. And Hannah, where can we find you?
You can find me at Rejected Hannah on Twitter, and then also Cinemania World Podcast. And also I have another podcast called Robert Podcastin', so you can check that out. Yeah.
Awesome. Make sure to follow. And Larry, Chili Boy, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me also on the Cinemania World podcast or on the Cinema Snarks podcast as well. We'll be having our Everything Everywhere All at Once review for that podcast up tomorrow. Then you can also find me at Chili Boy YT on Twitter or Chili Boy Productions on Instagram and here on YouTube. Hannah over here will be recording in a few hours as we watch Moon Knight and post our reaction to that. And I think several of y'all have been on or probably coming back or going to be on here soon for some of these live streams coming up. So we get a little bit thirsty over Chili Boy, and the thirst will be returning momentarily.
Good times. Yes, we'll follow these awesome creators. The polls will be posted tomorrow on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure to follow the Suit Up Geeks on Twitter and Instagram at the Suit Up Geeks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Follow these awesome creators. we have our show tomorrow night. We're going to be reviewing the next episode of Moon Knight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So turn on those notifications, subscribe to everyone here, subscribe to us, and we are brought to you by the Music City Drive-In. So from Ryan, from Dibes, from me, have a great night, guys, and keep watching movies.
Many comments we might dislike.